Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? We are back with another episode. Today if you couldn't tell by the title, are talking about fitness classes. A lot of people are really sold on doing fitness classes for the beginners. They wonder a lot if they can get away with only doing fitness classes. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to break it down a little bit and go from there. So let's take a quick second and we will be right back. If anyone in the GTA is looking to come see us, just a reminder that you can reach us at 647-667-6074. We're taking lots of appointments, getting people in as quick as possible. So give us a shout, text message, or leave us a voicemail, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can and get you in. Thanks. Alright, we are back. If you watched yesterday's video, you will notice that, as promised, my little goal list is posted up over here with all the goals and how I'm going to get there. So hopefully you guys did the same thing. If you didn't see that video, you just go back. It was yesterday's video. I will post a link in the description below. Alright, so let's get on with today's topic. So, like I was saying, a lot of people are very confused about how to start taking care of themselves. So what I want to do in terms of these videos is break them down into 3 segments. There will be a beginner version, there will be an intermediate version, and there will be advanced versions. Obviously, all these videos can and will help all of you, hopefully. But if you are more in the advanced direction, then feel free to skip over the beginner videos if you don't feel that you need them, or maybe just come back to them if you need advice on certain subjects. But yeah, so today we are starting off with our first beginner episode because probably one of the most common questions I get from beginners is, or at least comments, is, oh, I do classes, isn't that enough? And it's really not an easy question to answer without just saying no and walking away. So yeah, to start with, classes are a fantastic supplementary tool. They really are. As a personal trainer, I've seen lots of personal trainers who will just badmouth classes all day, every day. And I don't really agree with that. I think classes have a huge role in the fitness industry, and partially because of cost, and I mean partially because there's a lot of beginners out there that just don't know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, would you rather be in a class with an instructor that's telling you what to do, or be out on the floor by yourself and really have no clue what's going on? So of course a class would be a great idea. That being said, there are a lot of problems with that. With classes, you are in an environment where there's anywhere from 10 to 30 people, and if your instructor isn't capable of handling that many people, which quite frankly they most likely aren't, there's no way that they can be telling you how to do things properly, and it can lead to a lot of injuries. A lot of people also, because there's so many people in the class, they feel like self-conscious in terms of saying that they don't want to do something, or that they don't feel comfortable doing something, so they do it anyway and they ended up hurting themselves. Classes are probably the #1 place where people get hurt in the gym, partially because there's more beginners there, and partially because there's a lot less knowledge base there. Don't get me wrong, there's some incredible instructors out there, but I don't care how good you are. If you have 30 people in a class, there's no way you can be on top of all 30 of them for every second of the class. There's always going to be somebody doing something wrong, and that's going to leave people open to injury. So that being said, let's kind of touch on what your options are. Because I do think classes have their place for everybody, not just beginners. At the very beginning, one of the things I mentioned is that I think that they're a great supplementary workout. I know a lot of clients of mine have had a trainer 3 times a week, and then every other day they'll go do a yoga class, or they'll go do a spinning class or something like that. And I think it's a great way to put those in-between workouts in with a lot less risk. They are with a trainer the rest of the time, so they've hopefully learned a lot and are able to carry those fundamental principles over into their classes as well. So if they're doing, say, a body pump class or the equivalent of that, they're able to do things in a way that hopefully they know at least enough that they won't hurt themselves in the class. And I'm sure if you've ever been in any of these classes, you've seen some pretty crazy things where people just are doing things wrong. The second main problem that I've noticed with classes is, well, when you think of classes, where do you think of going to take these classes? Do you think of going to a small private gym down the road that has very few members? Usually not. Most people that are attending classes are going to big box gyms, corporately owned gyms, places that, like a Good Life or a Planet Fitness or any of those type huge gyms. Although, yes, the classes are going to be readily available, probably at times that are good for you. There's going to be lots of people there, lots of instructors available, and all of that. And those are all great things. The big problem with going to a place like that is the level of education. A lot of very good trainers, if they're very good, they will not work at places like that. You get paid very little, you get treated very poorly. There's a lot of problems with places like that, and I'm sure there will be some backlash on this video, but I've been in places like that, and even very recently, and I've seen how the bosses come along and they treat their employees and how their employees are trained and what their employees are doing with their clients. And I mean, you may, if you're very, very lucky, find one trainer in a gym like that who knows what they're doing, and odds are they're not an instructor. And if you find a good instructor, they probably don't only work there either. They're probably working all over the place, and that's a part-time job at that location for them. It's very, very tricky in terms of finding somebody that's qualified. I do want to go into how you would find a qualified instructor or trainer, but I don't think we have time for that in this video. So we're going to save that for another video. Hopefully you guys, if that's something you're interested in, if not, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and we won't do it. But I think that would be something that would benefit a lot of people, because it's not just about education or where you work. There is a lot of other factors that come into play in terms of what you'd be looking for specifically for yourself. So yeah, in terms of classes, that's the biggest thing that I'm worried about is the level of education of the people that are helping you. Telling you to do things that you're not ready to be doing, pushing you too hard because they assume that you're not used to pushing yourself hard, so they push you harder. But in a lot of cases, you may not be ready for it. The name of this business that I'm here promoting is a series of little efforts. And what that signifies is taking things one step at a time. A lot of times people just aren't ready to jump into something and they haven't prepared their body for it. I mean, my clients will find this funny if they watch this video because they've heard this saying a bunch of times. But if you were out building a house, would you build a house without pouring the foundation first? It doesn't make any sense. What happens if you build a house without pouring the foundation? Your house is going to crumble. And it's the same thing with your body. So if you just go into these classes and let these uneducated trainers push you around and tell you what to do, you're probably going to hurt yourself and your body's going to crumble. There are a lot of steps that I take with my clients to make sure they're ready to do certain exercises. I'm sure you've seen in the gym a lot of trainers do exercises with their clients that aren't ready, and that's something that is a huge problem in the industry right now. And taking that step back and really being able to pour that foundation for every individual client, fixing any little imbalances or things like that, or postural issues, say, that may cause them to be susceptible to injury. If you don't fix that first and then you go loading on a bunch of weight to do an exercise, that person's going to hurt themselves, guaranteed. Envision coming down into a squat with weight on your back, and if you now envision the same thing but you're twisted at the same time. If I'm twisted this way and I come down into a squat, I mean, of course I'm going to hurt myself. So that's one of the things that I really would like you guys to consider when going to these classes. Consider getting some one-on-one help, whether it be with me or your own trainer. I know a lot of you guys aren't even in the same country. So if you do have any questions about that, please feel free to ask me. Again, my phone number was earlier in the video. I'll make sure to post it again in the links. You can contact me there. You can leave comments at the bottom of the video here, any of that. So, yeah, if you like this video, please like the video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. All your views are super, super important to me. And also, obviously, the subscriptions and the likes. So all that stuff helps me out a lot in terms of making these videos for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out our Facebook page if you haven't done so already. I've been trying to post these videos there as well, so hopefully some of you guys are coming from there. And if you are, then feel free to come check out the YouTube channel. So anyway, thanks a lot. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for another great video. Take it easy. Bye.